Act of Valor is a 2012 American action film directed by Mike McCoy and Scott Waugh, and written by Kurt Johnstad. It stars Alex Veadov, Roselyn Sánchez, Nestor Serrano, Emilio Rivera, and active-duty U.S. Navy SEALs and U.S. Navy Special Warfare Combatant-craft Crewmen. The film was released by Relativity Media on February 24, 2012. The film was nominated at the 70th Golden Globe Awards for Best Original Song. Plot: in the Philippines, a terrorist kills the U.S. ambassador, his son, and dozens of children, using a vehicle-borne IED at an elementary school disguised as an ice cream truck. The mastermind, a Chechen terrorist named Abu Shabil, escapes to a training camp in Indonesia. In Costa Rica, two CIA operatives, Walter Ross and Lisa Morales, meet to consolidate intelligence about their target, a drug smuggler named Mikhail Christo Trojkovic. Christo's men kill Ross and capture Morales, who is imprisoned in a jungle compound and tortured. At Coronado, the members of Bandito Platoon, SEAL Team 7 are at home. Lieutenant Rourke confides to Chief Dave that his wife is pregnant and has the entire team spend time together with their families until their next deployment. SEAL Team 7, consisting of Rourke, Dave, Wiemi, Mikey, Ray, Sonny, and Ajay, is then deployed to Costa Rica to exfiltrate Morales. The 7 Navy SEALs insert into the jungle via halo and hold position outside the compound all night. At dawn, Special Warfare Combatant-craft Crewmen are inserted down the river from the compound on board Special Operations Craft, Riverine, and deploy a Raven drone that identifies the guards and a large group of enemies camped down the road. The SEALs approach the compound, hear Morales being tortured, and decide to enter the compound early. Rourke and Wiemi, the team's sniper, provide cover for the other 5, led by Dave, who conduct room clearing, engaging several enemy guards. SEAL operative Mikey is shot in the eye, blinding him and knocking him unconscious. The SEALs extract Morales, escaping with her and recovering a cell phone full of the information she had gathered. However, the gunfight alerts the enemy quick reaction force down the road, who drive toward the camp. The SEALs commandeer an enemy truck and exfiltrate. The hot pursuit forces them to revert to a tertiary extraction point where the SOCR boats extract the team and neutralize the enemy pursuit with miniguns. Christo and Shabil, who are revealed to have been childhood friends, meet in Kiev. Christo knows the CIA is watching him and informs Shabil that subordinates will complete their project. Shabil is enraged, but he goes to the factory that Christo specified where bomb vests are being assembled. These use plastic explosives and ceramic ball bearings to work like an enormous claymore mine. They can evade metal detectors and are thin enough to be worn under any clothing without attracting attention. On the amphibious assault ship USS Bonhomme Richard, Senior Chief Petty Officer Miller, the operations officer of the SEAL team, informs Rourke that Mikey will survive but has lost his sight in one eye. In addition, the intelligence they recovered confirms that Shabil and Christo were working together. Shabil, an old-school Muslim terrorist, seeks to bring jihad to the U.S., while Christo is not merely a drug dealer, but a smuggler, with roots and contacts for smuggling people into the U.S. 2 of the SEALs, Ajay and Ray, are sent to Somalia, where an arms transfer involving Shabil is taking place. The remaining SEALs, comprising Rourke, Dave, Sonny and Wiemi, stay in the U.S. in case the terrorists make it in. Miller himself has been reassigned to SEAL Team 4, hunting for Christo somewhere on the oceans. Lieutenant Rourke gives a letter to Dave in case he is killed. The 2 SEALs parachute from a C-130 transport plane off the coast of Somalia to Rendezvous with a submarine equipped with a dry deck shelter, and they board a SEAL delivery vehicle that they use to reach the coast. They confirm the presence of Shabil and 16 terrorists and identify his plane. They track the plane to an island off Baja California, where the team stages an assault. They successfully attack and secure the island, killing 8 terrorists. Rourke is nearly killed by an RPG that strikes his vest directly in the chest but does not detonate. Meanwhile, in the South Pacific, Christo is hiding aboard his yacht, guarded by gunboats and mercenaries. SEAL Team 4 identifies the yacht with satellite imaging and deploys several helicopters and gunboats. They quickly kill the guards and capture Christo. Senior Chief Miller conducts his interrogation. Threatened with permanent separation from his family along with other implied sanctions, Christo reveals his connection with Shable and his plans to have his martyrs detonate their vests at strategic points throughout the U.S., causing a panic and doing economic damage surpassing that following the September 11 attacks. But Christo says he is powerless to stop the attack. The SEALs are informed that not all of their targets were neutralized and that half, including Shable, are en route to the U.S. via tunnels underneath the milk factory. They are ordered to link up with Mexican Special Forces and neutralize the remaining targets. U.S. Marines relieve the SEALs, who then travel on to Mexico meeting the Mexican Special Forces. The Mexican leader informs the SEALs that the assault will be extremely dangerous, as the smugglers are supported by the well-armed local drug cartel, and that a Black Hawk Down a Euro-style stalemate would have political consequences. The SEALs and Mexican forces assault the factory, hiding in dump trucks. The combined forces cordon off the factory while Rourke, the Mexican officer, Chief Dave, Sonny, and several other SEALs led by Weemy clear most of the factory. The Mexican officer is wounded and the SEALs are nearly killed as the explosive vest of a suicide bomber detonates. As they reach the tunnels, an enemy fighter drops an F1 fragmentation grenade into the room. Only Rourke sees the grenade land. Realizing his team cannot escape the room in time, he dives on the grenade and it detonates, severely wounding him. Dave pursues the terrorists alone, while Sonny tends to Rourke. Dave catches up to the terrorists as they try to escape through the tunnels, and shoots several of them as they flee into the entrance. After running out of ammo, Dave draws his sidearm and pursues the remaining suicide bomber. Shable, however, fires nearly 30 rounds from an AKM into Dave, gravely wounding him. Dave finds the energy and kills the final suicide bomber as he runs into the tunnel. Shable approaches Dave and prepares to execute him but is intercepted and killed by Sonny. At home, Rourke is given a military funeral with full honors. The SEALs pay their respects, punching the gold seal tridents that signify them as SEALs into Rourke's coffin. It is then revealed that Dave's narration throughout the movie was a written letter meant for Rourke's son, explaining the valor of the father he will never know, and ending with the poem Live Your Life by Tecumseh. The film ends with a dedication to every U.S. Navy SEAL killed in action since 9/11 along with a listing of their names as well as a photo montage of other everyday public servants. Cast: Jason Kotel as Abu Shable, Rourke Denver as Lieutenant Rourke, Alex Veadov as Christo, Roselyn Sánchez as Lisa Morales, Nestor Serrano as Walter Ross, Emilio Rivera as Sanchez, Drea Castro as Recruit, Keo Wolford as Recruit, Thomas Rosales, Jr. as Christo's OHM, Marco Morales as Mexican SOF, Ailsa Marshall as Lieutenant Rourke's wife. Production, development. In 2007, Mike McCoy and Scott Waugh of Bandito Brothers Production filmed a video for the Special Warfare Combatant-craft Crewmen which led the U.S. Navy to allow them to use actual active-duty SEALs. After spending so much time working closely with the SEALs, McCoy and Waugh conceived the idea for a modern-day action movie about this cover and elite fighting force. As actor Valor developed with the SEALs on board as advisors, the filmmakers realized that no actors could realistically portray or physically fill the roles they had written and the actual SEALs were drafted to star in the film. The SEALs would remain anonymous, as none of their names appear in the film's credits. For the Navy, the film is an initiative to recruit SEALs. According to the Huffington Post, the Navy required the active-duty SEALs to participate. Relativity Media acquired the rights to the project on June 12, 2011 for $13 million and a $30 million in prints and advertising commitment. Deadline.com called it the biggest money paid for a finished film with an unknown cast. The production budget was estimated to be between $15 million and $18 million. Principal photography. Filming took place in Cambodia where an explosion was shot in Phnom Penh with 300 children as extras. Scenes were shot in San Diego at Bluefoot Bar and in a house in the North Park area. Other locations included Mexico, Puerto Rico, Ukraine, Florida, and at the John C. Stennis Space Center in Mississippi. The crew filmed at Navy training sites to provide realistic settings, such as a drug cartel base, a terrorist camp on an isolated island, and a smuggler's yacht. Cinematographer Shane Herbert used Canon EOS 5D Mark II cameras with Zeiss ZE and Panavision Primo lenses. The cameras followed the SEALs' planned-out missions in the film. Herbert used an 18mm Zeiss ZE mounted on the SEALs' helmets to capture their point of view. The 25mm Zeiss ZE was used to capture natural light coming through windows. The 21mm Zeiss ZE was used as a Steadicam so a truck could drive over it. The Navy held Final Cut privileges in order to remove any frames to address security concerns and kept raw footage to use for real-life training and other purposes. Release: Act of Valor was scheduled to be released on February 17, 2012 in the U.S. to coincide with President's Day, but was pushed back to February 24, 2012. The film was released in the UK and Ireland on March 23 as Act of Valor by Momentum Pictures. Home video releases: Act of Valor was released on Blu-ray disc and DVD on June 5, 2012 with a rating of R. Accolades: the film was a 2012 Teen Choice Awards nominee for Choice Action Movie. Reception: the film opened with generally mixed to negative reviews. Based on 119 reviews, it received a 25% approval rating from professional critics on Rotten Tomatoes with an average rating of 4.6/10 and the consensus saying, "It's undeniably reverent of the real-life heroes in its cast, but Act of Valor lets them down with a cliché copyright-D script, stilted acting, and a jingoistic attitude that ignores the complexities of war." Metacritic assigned the film an average rating of 40 out of 100, based on 34 reviews. However, despite the negative critical reaction, the film opened at number 1 at the box office, earning $24,476,632 in its opening weekend from 3,039 theaters for an average of $8,054 per theater. Audience reaction was highly positive. Moviegoers polled by CinemaScore gave the movie a very strong A grade, on an A+ to F scale. Many reviews, both positive and negative, have expressed praise for the action sequences while criticizing the plot and acting. Claudia Puig from USA Today, for example, said the action in the film is breathtaking, but gave the film an overall negative review, in which she wrote that the soldiers' awkward line readings are glaring enough to distract from the potency of the story. Similarly, Amy Biancali from the San Francisco Chronicle wrote, "Act of Valor is intended to wow audiences with high-test action while planting a giant wet kiss on the smacker of the U.S. military euro, and it scores at both tasks, but that, ultimately, the film gets snagged by its own narrative convention." Michael Rechtschaffen from The Hollywood Reporter had a similar opinion, stating, "Although the film has its undeniably immersive, convincing moments, the merging of dramatic recreations and on-camera performances proves less seamlessly executed than those masterfully coordinated land, sea and air missions." Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times gave the film 2.5 out of 4 stars, and complained that we don't get to know the characters as individuals, they don't have personality traits, they have no backstories, they don't speak in colorful dialogue, and after the movie you'd find yourself describing events but not people. Accusation of anti-Semitism: the movie caused an outcry among viewers who saw the depicting of the jihadists' financier, portrayed by actor Alex Veadov, as being Jewish as anti-Semitic. Blogger Pamela Geller also criticized the movie for anti-Semitic subtext. The scene in question involves the financier, Christo, being interrogated, and the interrogator identifying Christo as Jewish being an obvious conflict of interest with him funding fundamentalist Muslims who would plot against Jews in Israel. Soundtrack: Relativity Media released the film's soundtrack on February 21, 2012. It includes 10 songs by country music artists. The first cut on the soundtrack, Keith Urban's For You, was released as a single. The song was nominated for a Golden Globe Award for Best Original Song. See also, List of films featuring the United States Navy SEALs, references. Further reading, Jurgensen, John. Hollywood tries a new battle plan. The Wall Street Journal. Retrieved June 18, 2012. Sirota, David. The Pentagon unregistered trademark S amnesia-inducing propaganda. Salon.com. Retrieved August 9, 2012. External links. Official website, Active Valor at the Internet Movie Database, Active Valor at AllMovie, Active Valor at Box Office Mojo, Active Valor at Rotten Tomatoes, Active Valor at Metacritic.